All right, so our old backstop is broken, so now we're making a new one. This is the finished product. If you want to watch us build it, go back through the video. And then if you're doing any projects or shooting, make sure you're under the adult supervision. And my cameraman is my dad, so I am under supervision all the time.
Here at the Dewey OK, we have a problem. Our backstop is broken, but we do have a fix for it. Today we're going to be building a new backstop with some milled cedar, which is measured out 2 by 6 by 12, and this is already put together for the vertical part of an I-beam. Now we're going to do the horizontal pieces, so let's put them together. Now that it's centered, we're going to put some screws in it. Alright, so now that we have our top piece, we're going to flip it over and put the bottom piece on. So there it is, flipped over. Here's our top piece again. Now, iron it up again. And then put some screws in it. Alright, so now that we have them most of the way put together, we're going to go off camera and we're going to put the rest of the screws in so that it's very strong. Alright, so now that we have screwed it every few feet, it's much stronger than it was before. Now we're going to add legs. So we got our legs, got them at 3.5 feet long. So we're going to set it up like this, set it at the end, take this other one, also set it at the end. Now pick it up, let them drop in there, just like that. Same with this other side. Now, I'm going to take our brad nailer, and we're going to nail it just for temporary holding. Also here too. Now that leg is temporarily on there. Now, I'm going to do the other side. So now that it's underneath there, put 2 in, and also 2 right here. Alright, so now that we have these 2 legs done, we're going to go do them on the other side, but instead of boring you, we're going to do that off camera real quick. Alright, so now that we have screws on the top and the sides, we can go on to bracing. So, we got our piece here. We're going to put it up underneath here, strap it both sides. You're going to take this to the saw, and what you should get out of it is something like this. You're going to put your piece up in here, and take your brad nailer, nail all four corners. So now that you have that nailed, then you're going to screw it, and then it will look somewhat like this. And we also did a brace on the bottom, which just gives it a little bit more strength. So now that we have our big sawhorse done, you can just hang your targets on there with a lab. It looks like this. It's just a heavy-duty screw and a washer. But we're going to take it one step further, and we're going to go with angle iron and rebar. And the screws held up for 5 years without breaking. So this rebar should last much longer than 5 years. So we have 10 pieces of rebar bent at 90 degrees, and we're going to start welding.
All right, so now we're going to start getting it staked down to the ground so it doesn't blow over or get pushed over or get shot over by any bullets or anything. So we drilled some holes in here, and we got some 1/2-inch rebar that we're going to pound into the ground so it doesn't tip over or anything. So I'm going to make sure I have eyes and ears. So let's do it. So now it's staked down and we're all good. All right, so now we're going to start talking about how we hang the targets and how they work. So here we have a target. This is AR 500 steel with some 1/2-inch carriage bolts and some bolts and nuts and washers and side walls of a tire. So the sidewall of the tire makes it so that we can accidentally shoot through what we hang it with, and it could still be there after we shoot it a whole bunch of different times. So we have these bolts out a ways so that when they hang back, so then most of the deflection goes straight down instead of going straight back at us. So when you hang them, we got hangers back here. You take and you put the hanger through the hole, and then it hangs here. Then if you ever want to take it off, you just lift it, and it comes right off. And it's also really fast to take on and off. Now it's time to shoot. All right, so if you guys didn't notice, but on the end of our target stand, we have a big round of wood. So this is for axe throwing, and why not throw a few axes? Got 3 axes. All right, not half bad. Made 2 out of 3. If I practiced a little bit more, all 3 would have been stuck in, but 2 is pretty good.